We have the top 10 things that we think every faculty member should know in terms of effort. First of all, effort on the project is certainly what the sponsor, whether the sponsor will pay a salary or not. And we often sort of relate it to salary recovery. Salary recovery will be received from the project. Or if we're donating our time. If we're donating that time, it goes back to what we talked about earlier and that word cost sharing. And so in this particular instance, we would hope that we're not cost sharing salary. And when you write yourself in a grant proposal or budget, we're committing effort to the sponsor. Whether it's paid or not, but we're certainly committing effort. What we want to do is that we want to make sure that we're not reducing our effort and we're not having unfunded effort on a particular project. And if we choose to do that, again, it's going to be recognized as cost share. Another activities we're going to talk about is that we cannot include activities such as working on various committees. There are instances that, or different sponsors, particularly NIH, different or specific funding mechanisms that will allow you to attribute effort when you're writing a particular grant. For example, the one that comes to mind is if you're writing a care award, certainly count that as toward the project. If you work on a sponsored project, you must certify your effort. Certifying the effort is not the same as certifying payroll. Payroll and effort is slightly different. Effort is the amount of time that you contributed to the project, while salary is a reflection of what you were paid on that project. And I know there's been a lot of discussion on that over the years in terms of how do you match it up. I know that there's been discussion on effort certification versus project certification. And so, but anyway, I think it's important to understand salary and effort on a particular project. Again, one of the things that faculty and some research administrators will think that effort is based on a 40-hour work week. And again, being new to a state institution, it's something that we had to make sure that our folks understood at our institution that even though you're in a 40-hour work week, it's a reflection of the time that you devote to a project. And I liken it to what's 100%. 100% is 100%. It is not necessarily based on a 40-hour work week. Also, effort must be certified by someone who has suitable means of verifying the project. Now, everyone has a different way of looking at that. Other examples have been those who have firsthand knowledge. There's also how do you verify and demonstrate that the effort of the project has been certified. And auditors look for indications or indicators of that nature. But again, I point that out simply because during the budgeting process, everyone thinks that this is a post-award responsibility, and we don't think about it during the budgeting process. But I felt it was necessary to discuss this at this point because oftentimes it gets missed, and I thought it was important to sort of at least talk about effort in the budgeting process.